Drills Talk, episode 73. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 3 ways pressure works. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled Power of Pressure. Now, some of us think we know how pressure works. Some of us actually know. Some of us thrive in it. Others run from it. But what we're going to discuss is the top 3 ways that pressure works. We're going to really understand it, and we're going to use it to our benefit. Let's go. Drills Talk, episode 73. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 3 ways pressure works. But before we get started, please like, comment, share, however you would like to show your love, please do so. Here we're an entrepreneurship-based channel. We are big on mentorship. We are big on motivation. Every Monday here, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday, a new Drills Talk, new vlog. Every Friday, I release a new instrumental produced by yours truly, showing you a little peek behind the curtain as far as what I do when I'm not making YouTube videos. Now, let's get started. Number one is pressure is an accelerant. So what does that mean? Pressure is an accelerant. Pressure is going to push or pull you in whatever direction you're already going. So if you are going away from what you're supposed to be doing, that pressure is going to push you even further. If you are running towards what you're trying to do and get it done, you're going to get a little pull or a little push in that direction. That's just how pressure works. If you thrive in it, it's going to be your friend. If you are scared of it, then it's not going to be your friend. It really doesn't care, which side it's on. It's energy. It's going to go, right? So with that understanding and pressure being an accelerant, you know that you can use it to your benefit. So how can you use it to your benefit? Well, I don't like pressure, but I want to, use it to my benefit. So how do I do that? Well, set yourself up for success, and you'll find that you're going to get a little nudge towards what you're trying to do. You're like, oh, I'm in a flow right now. Well, in your case, that lack of pressure is giving you that propel forward, that push forward. But because you don't like it, that pressure would have pulled you back. That pressure would have had you scatterbrained. That pressure would have had you taking longer to do something that should have taken 10 minutes, but it takes you, 15, 20, 30 minutes. That added up can be a lot of time wasted, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, well, I'm on the other side. I actually like pressure. I thrive in pressure. Well, if you're an athlete or you perform on stage or things like that, pressure situations, you're going to thrive in. You're going to do better in that. You're going to excel in that because of that pressure. Oh my goodness, everybody's looking at me, but I want everybody to look at me. Finally, look at me, right? I want everybody to hear and critique my music. I want everybody to see my new designs. Pressure, you thrive in that pressure. So when pressure's around, you're comfortable. You can use that to your benefit. This is what you need to know if you are going to use it. Understand that it's going to be around regardless. Learn how to use it. Number two is it makes diamonds and burst pipes. Pressure makes diamonds, pressure bursts pipes. Which one are you going to be? Now, sometimes you don't have a choice. So you can really put yourself in position to where I'm either going to become a diamond because of my pressure. Let's say you grew up, it's pretty hard. You were, without a lot, grew up in lack, and that pressure of, hey, you're going to be nothing unless you get really great really soon. Turn that piece of coal, that lump of coal that you were born into a diamond. You thrived in it. But what about the person who maybe, had the silver spoon and they're looked at as, okay, well, you're going to be, the next person to take over the family business. And all of a sudden that pipe starts shaking. All of a sudden we don't know what's going on. There's a lot of noise going on. And then boom. That pipe gives. Why did that pipe give? Too much pressure. Couldn't do it. Didn't know how to operate in pressure. Maybe the pipe wasn't built for that type of pressure. And then it burst. So which one are you going to be? Which one are you? You got to be true to yourself because pressure is going to come. Are you biting off more than you can chew? Are you, one person that's going to bite off more than they can chew, knowing that is going to bring pressure? And maybe, okay, well, I'm going to learn to chew this as I go. I've done some crazy stuff like that too. It works out most of the time, especially if you're going to stay with it and be diligent, but it's not exactly the best way to make your life easy, biting off more than you can chew is going to bring pressure. But if you like it and you grew up, maybe like I grew up, and you were pretty much that lump of coal and you had pretty, much pressure on you your whole life, it's no big deal, right? But if you had a kind of easy life and your childhood was pretty smooth and you didn't really have to deal with a lot of roadblocks, maybe you're not built for, a lot of pressure being on you. People are different. You know what I mean? It's just, people are different. Are you going to be honest with yourself and tell yourself that, hey, a certain amount of pressure I'm not really okay with. I didn't have to deal with that in no time in my life. And I don't think I'm going to ever, grow into that. Okay, well, be honest with yourself. You can still make money in this world. You can still be very happy in this world. You can still get financially free in this world. It's just a different way you approach things. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But know that pressure does both. And you need to know which side you're on. Are you a lump of coal turning into a diamond? Or are you a pipe that's going to burst when too much pressure is applied? Number three. Number three is it exposes unknown issues. For the pipe didn't know that it was not strong enough to withhold a certain amount of pressure. The diamond, maybe as a lump of coal, didn't even know that it can be a diamond. Yeah, I don't know. Who knew, right? You grow up and say you are that lump of coal and you see a whole bunch of lumps of coal and you see old lumps of coal and you're like, well, yeah, maybe I can be that, maybe that's what my destiny is. Because the diamonds leave, you know what I mean? Like it's not a lot of diamonds that come back to hang out with the old lumps of coal, right? So when you turn to a diamond, you usually go and then you find that there are other diamonds that were once the lumps of coal that you were. Another unknown issue can be, I'm a huge procrastinator. That's what brings pressure, right? Deadlines are a huge pressure builder, right? Another thing could be, I kind of didn't give the respect to this work that's in front of me, the level that it should have received. I just thought that it was something that I can wing, underestimating things, workloads, people, situations, anything. You can do that. People do that a lot of times. And it's because, you believe in yourself so much, which is not a bad thing, but it can put you in a situation to where, goodness, it'll have a lot less pressure on me if I just, prepared myself a little more. If I knew that this was going to be hard, if I knew that I had to put my best foot forward, maybe I wouldn't have this pressure on me. It's absolutely true. You wouldn't. But because the pressure is there now, it has exposed that problem. So what are you going to do about that problem? You have a procrastination issue. You got to get rid of that. Or that you underestimate things, or you overestimate your abilities. Are you going to be honest enough with yourself to say, this has to stop because the pressure is really putting me in a jam when I could have tried my best, put my best foot forward, and I probably wouldn't have had nowhere near the problems that I have now. But you have to be honest with yourself first. You have to look for those problems. When pressure comes, you're like, okay, why am I in this situation? Was it a surprise deadline? Most deadlines are not surprises, right? No. Was it, some secret, obstacle that came out of nowhere? Probably not. When you get a workload, you have plenty and ample time to know exactly what's going to be, in front of you. What do I have to do to complete this? It's a huge goal. Okay, fine. What are the steps that I have to take to put myself in position to do this goal or complete this goal? Have you done that? No, you saw that goal and you're like, well, that's a layup for me. And it turns out that there was 3 or 4 people standing in front of that rim. And if you just would have got some speed, you could have jumped up and maybe dunked the ball. But you just kind of strolled all the way to the rim. And then you realize that there's 3 7-foot guys waiting for you to just let that ball go so they can shoot it on the other side of the court. So what are you going to do now? You got to learn from that L and you got to get better. So pressure. Pressure is an accelerant. Pressure makes diamonds. It also bursts pipes. Pressure exposes unknown issues. So now you're in position to fight the fair fight of, okay, I'm ready. I'm putting my best foot forward. And what are we going to do in this world? Pretty much anything that we want to. Drills Talk, episode 73. These were the top 3 ways pressure works. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this out. It's Drills.